What's happening, collective? Welcome back to New World Angel. Today I'm going to do something different. I am going to profile a conspiracy theory that I heard about on TikTok. I'm not going to tell you what it is right now, although my title of this reading might give it away. But I'm more or less doing this. I may or may not post this, but I'm more or less doing this to see how my spirit guides work when it comes to profiling these things. So, I'll tell you guys at the end what I have been profiling. But in the meantime, as I'm doing this, comment below what you think the conspiracy theory actually is. It's not super well known. Yeah. I mean, it's more well known than I feel like I gave credence to it when I initially heard about it. So, but it's not like widespread conspiracy theory, not like UFOs or anything like that. Although it does deal with like entities and stuff. So I just want to see what my spirit team is going to pull out for us, okay? Let's just see how it goes. Pretty excited about this. I've been playing around with these profiling readings because it's so much fun for me. But I haven't done this with I haven't done it too much to understand like how my guides work in this sort of way. So that's why I'm kind of like doing this differently. But yeah, comment below what you think the conspiracy theory actually is before the end of the reading. And I won't make this as long as my typical readings are. I did already cleanse the energy, but something's telling me to do it again. Look at all the black smoke. Oh my God. This is gonna be good. Okay. Please protect us as we do this. Any evil eye, entities, negative shit that's wanting to attach to me or anyone that is watching this reading, we rebuke it and call down judgment. Okay. Woo, smoky. Possibly a fire was significant in this place. Grandfather energy. I'm probably gonna give away like hints along the way, but I'm gonna try not to. I want to keep this as sort of mysterious as I possibly can, but letting my spirit guides like show out in terms of what I'm actually profiling. So you know what I'm profiling. Give me the deets on what's going on in this place. I'll give you a hint. It is in the United States and there's multiple locations. And just weird shit has been happening in this place. Like, there's a lot of stories about it. Or if you go down the rabbit hole, there's a lot of stories about it. All right. Let's see. We want cards to fall out. I'm not taking anything that doesn't fall out. Oh, that's far too many. Maybe far too many instances have happened in this place that it's like undeniable that something weird is going on here. At least I get that feeling. Tell us what's going on. I may have to shuffle for a minute for these cards to like fall out, but you can fast forward through it. Ooh, first one. It's time for you to be seen. Maybe this is my spirit guide saying like, It's showtime. It's time to expose this. Ooh. And my spirit guides don't fucking play around if you know anything about my story, so I would be terrified if I were you. What else? Assess your diet, food, TV, social media, people, spiritual. Yeah, what are you intaking? It's like when you go to this place, maybe it feels like something is overcoming people. A lot of people have gotten weird vibes. Weird vibes in rooms, weird stories. Just odd incidences. Mantra cards. Interesting. That card has not come out in a long time. Oh, wait a second. I'm fairly certain that at least one of the locations, it's been said that this resort, so there you go, there's a hint right there, that this resort was built on like indigenous ground, like Native American. It used to be all of the United States used to be a Native American site, but specifically there's one location in the Southwest where it was built on possibly like an old reservation, something like that. So, mantra cards. Okay, hold on. I have not pulled these guys out since like first started doing readings on YouTube. All right, bear with me here. Bear with me for a second. Let me put y'all on game. Yeah, that's what I'm about to do. That's what my spirit guides are about to do. All right. What do we need to know from this mantra card? Give us the energy of this place or these locations. And these mantra cards are meant to be helpful. But there's going to be a message in one of these, I know it, that's going to shed a little bit of light. Whether it's, these aren't bad cards, it's not like karmic energy can pull up. So we'll just see what it says. What's the energy in these places? Oh, that was fast. God, I can't see. The unrelentless support. Okay, let me read that. Do I have my glasses? Yes, I do. The unrelentless support, and I'll show you guys a card here in a second. I called to the force that supports me. I manifest material support. Oh, some sort of, outside of it being a resort, obviously, like, immediately I get there are other ways of making money in this place, in this resort. Okay, imagine a spelunker. He's set on crossing the cave with no external help and has been crawling in the dark for several days. Now he's moving toward an exit he hopes is nearby. Ooh, I get portal energy. The path is narrower than he expected and rocks have collapsed in his path, trapping him inside. Yes. If this resort was built on sacred ground, I can only imagine that these spirits are fucking pissed that now they're captured in this resort. That's what I get. It's like a portal. The path is narrower than he had expected, and rocks have collapsed in his path, trapping him inside. He can't go back. Starving, desperate, he can only ask invisible forces for help. For no human can hear him now. Yeah, these spirits I feel like are trapped there. Or possibly it could even be a feeling, and when I post this on TikTok, I'm going to be curious to know what people think. But this could potentially be a situation to where, maybe people even get a sense of feeling trapped, like they just want to get out of this place, All right, he calls to the cosmic forces within and around him, the ones that have always supported him, so they can allow him to use his ingenuity. The sound Hari bears hope and rebirth. It isn't just inspiring, it invokes the divine materialized in action. By chanting this mantra, you may experience a physical and mental support you didn't believe in anymore. People have proclaimed that they feel like there is otherworldly beings either watching them or just sort of lurking around. So let's see. Then the support will materialize. Thus, the spelunker will know where to turn, where to find wells of light or fresh water sources. That's another clue. It's like a water park resort. How to climb the walls and reach the surface. Allow yourself to genuinely chant to accept that you need help and support. These sacred syllables will allow you to feel the divine flowing through you again. They will open up the path. All that is left to do is to open your eyes and pay attention to the miracles. This mantra is ideal during big life changes, whether personal or professional. Which I do get that there's personal and professional material gains to be had in this place. Okay, interesting. But look. Doesn't she look sort of at a loss for what to do? Feeling somewhat hopeless? The unrelentless support? Okay, let's continue on now that we've got that mantra card out of the way. All right, Spirit, we're going back to these cards and what needs to come out. Now, these cards can be references to particular stories that, encounters people have had in these places, or it can be just overall in general, the feeling people get from being here. But I do feel, I do get a sense that maybe when you go on vacation, you just you're eating different foods than what you normally do. It's typically not as healthy. You're going out a lot. That's what I get about assess your diet. And possibly what people are, not only what they're picking up in the water, because that has been an issue in this place, but also what they're bringing home with them. Could be a feeling, or possibly, especially with children, spirits and entities attaching to them because they are so pure and they don't know how to protect themselves. That could totally be it too when it comes to assess your diet. Exploitation. Okay. And stealth mode too. Even though these didn't fall out, this resonates with me, and I'm taking them. Possibly cameras set up in rooms could be a thing. This is all alleged. My tarot readings are should not be taken as fact unless people have actually, reported instances of this. So everything I'm saying is alleged and is fictional until proven otherwise. But I do get exploitation in secrecy, whether by way of hidden cameras, exploitation of children, other adults, which is not uncommon in a resort, but there have been just so many different weird instances of this particular resort. Remember, people are always scared of what they don't understand. People leave scared. I have no doubt about that. All right, get into the nitty-gritty, Spirit. What else has happened in these places? You're withholding something, a feeling that like the full story isn't being heard. Or there's like an undercurrent of something going on in secrecy. A lot of people have felt that way. Oh, good. Okay. And maybe these instances happen so fast and then everything sort of reverts back to, I just get like haunted feelings. Yeah. What else? What else has gone on in these places? I've really been looking forward to doing this reading before. Ooh, okay. The thought of you makes them smile. I have no idea what this would be tied to. Although, like the one thing I can tie this to is, typically when people are getting ready for vacation, especially a location like this, you're like super stoked about it, especially because it is geared towards children. So I think the thought in general of like planning a quick trip away to a place like this, it would make anybody smile. Maybe. Erudite. Virtue, intelligence, seeks knowledge, serves as teachers or doctors, wears blue. Maybe there's a lot of there's a lot of knowledge about this place. Like it is well known. This could have been like previous to, and I'm thinking about the one location in the Southwest. This can be tied to maybe there's already awareness about like exploitation or weird things happening at this resort. And I'm thinking about the one particular location in the Southwest. But also with Erudite, I get that this was like sacred ground for like possibly even like teachers and spiritual guides with the indigenous community that had the rights to the land before. Alone but not lonely. We're not alone here. Yeah. What else? Starseed. I don't know how to take starseed. You know, starseeds are seen. It's like out in the open, you know, meant to, like, chosen almost. Like, maybe this was like a very specific location for certain activities to go down, you know? It was like chosen for a certain reason. And possibly like there's intelligence around the reasoning. I don't know. You know, like potentially exploitation could be happening for a certain reason there. I don't know. Or this information is just sort of coming to light. And intelligence needs to be moved in to, like, you know, check on some of this shit more. Meet cute. Well, it goes without saying that, you know, there can be a lot, well, just like meetups with like family, friends, but also, I mean, it's coming out right next to exploitation and stealth mode. So this could be like maybe it's in a desolate location. I haven't done enough research to know what the surroundings are. This truly is like a blank profiling reading, but meet cute, I get like starts off sweet and innocent, right? Like fun, lighthearted. Above all else, you must believe in yourself. Possibly like not believing the things that they see or hear in these places that can be, yeah, when you tell the story of your life, is it something you would want to read? I feel like the people that leave this place, outside of like just the memories with the vacation itself, but like the additional stories people tend to have is what is bringing to light the intelligence around like what's going on here. Gut health. Are there plumbing issues? Could be plumbing issues at this place. I don't really know. And by plumbing issues, I don't mean just like, oh, the toilet's clogged, you know, like whatever. Like reoccurring, like very prevalent, very well-known plumbing issues. And since there's a water park in this resort, these locations, potentially like the slides being down constantly or the water isn't clean, which actually has been a story. So plumbing issues can refer to a lot of different things, you know, like health code violations. Ooh, I should put that in my cards. Poverty? Poverty. I get poverty as a sense of like being put out, like singled out. Or those that just potentially people, Maybe the community around this place could be poverty stricken. Like it's not, maybe like the main attraction there is just this resort, which totally could be. Again, I haven't done like a whole lot of research. Wait a second. Are all my cards? No. Just, oh. International Crime Syndicate? These cards were turned over. They're the only two cards turned over. International Crime Syndicate. Dream Lover. Possibly there could be a particular individual or individuals who go to this resort for their meet cutes, for their, dates, or just like for hookups. It can't even be a location for. It reminds me of the Schitt's Creek episode where the dad takes over the sign-in process, the check-in process at their motel, and he ends up letting in a group of sex workers who only want to pay by the hour with cash and not stay the night. Maybe that's a thing here in this place. And it is like these people could be tied to an international crime syndicate. Dream Lover, I get like, like people go there, meet up. Maybe they go there with their lover, or it's like a dream location. Or it's not even a dream location, really. Can't even be like people get weird dreams here too, or like weird people getting like nightmares about like bad things happening to them when they're here. I don't know. Now I'm gonna have to go down the rabbit hole again of this place. Okay, I'm just gonna tell you because I feel like it's easier to communicate what's going on. I am profiling the Great Wolf Lodge resorts. I believe there's multiple locations, but the one in particular that I went down the rabbit hole on was based in the Southwest. And people were just saying that all sorts of weird shit had been going on. Like, multiple people had just weird stories. And I want to say that even children have gotten E. coli from the water park, the indoor water park there. Because like little kids had been, having accidents in the water, and they don't actually close down the water park. Instead, they just like let it continue, and people ended up getting sick. So yeah, Great Wolf Lodge. That's what I'm doing. Man, I went down the rabbit hole like the other week, and it's been on my mind ever since. I'm like, ooh, I'm gonna do a good reading. If you guys have any suggestions on other places I should do readings or like profiling, let me know. Be more than happy to do it. I'm about to go down a rabbit hole tonight and try to find like another thing I can get into. I should just go back into the archives of my girls from Morbid and see what I can do in addition to their stories. I think that would give Elena and Ash, I hope you guys watch me, because I feel like I could be a really great addition to your show every now and again. You could just bring me on and I can like profile in the background. Just add my little quippy anecdotes to your podcast every now and again. Basically, I'm just going to force myself into your lives. I feel like we would be best friends. Just love me already. Okay. You've decided it's time. I don't know what that means. Competition. Maybe there's just like competing Well, first of all, there's competing locations too. But when it comes to competition, I get like competing desires, competing wants and needs. Like, it's like on the outset, you know, the resort looks like just a great family fun resort place to just like hang out with kids, but I get the competing energy would be something completely opposite to that, which would be exploitation, something done in secrecy. And possibly even intelligence being run behind that all the while. You know, possibly the government is even already aware of weird shit going on there. I mean, with everything that's going on in the world with UFOs and stuff, I feel like people, well, hopefully the government is starting to open up their eyes to like other worldly stuff that can be happening, you know, outside of just like what they're seeing with their actual eyes. All right, Spirit. Few more cards about, oh, this one came out. Wooded area. I don't even know. I think in the Southwest, there's not a whole lot of wooded areas in the Southwest. I'm pretty sure that this was on like an Indian reservation at one point in time. But there could be other locations where wooded areas, you know, it is a lodge, so it would make sense that a lodge would be located in wooded areas. Maybe, yeah, I don't know. You guys let me know if you've ever been to Great Wolf Lodge, if there are locations where it's like completely wooded around. But I get cloaked with that. Like you wouldn't know from, maybe that's it. Maybe you wouldn't know that it was even there unless somebody told you about it. Both on an entity level and on like an actual like location level. What else? What else goes on in the Great Wolf Lodge, Spirit? Okay. Wooded area, female. Did a female ever go missing in one of the lodge locations near woods? What else about this female? Assassination? Wooded area female assassination. That's scary as shit. Or possibly that could be one of the entities that makes itself really well known, that like people get the creeps out by. Maybe it was a woman who was murdered there in the past who's making our presence known. But comment below if you guys are aware of any females literally going missing at Great Wolf Lodge near a wooded area. What else? Serial killer? What, is this like a haven for serial killers? Or did a serial killer at one point assassinate a woman in a wooded area near this lodge? I would be very curious to know that. What else? Motel, hotel, Holiday Inn. Although this isn't about the Holiday Inn. It's the Great Wolf Lodge. Yeah, this is in regards to the Great Wolf Lodge in a wooded area or near a wooded area. Ooh, now we're getting somewhere. What else? What else about this female assassination by a serial killer? Also with poverty, I get, like the workers don't make a whole lot of money. Oh, and maybe they have to revert to other ways of making money by way of exploitation. That could totally be it. As I say that, surveillance comes out. Something was caught on camera, or multiple people were caught on camera because there's hidden cameras. Or these lodges are now under surveillance by way of intelligence agencies, keeping their eye on the comings and goings here. What else about assassination, serial killer, female, wooded area, motel, hotel surveillance? I fucking knew it. I knew it! It's the devil. The devil's there. I didn't even know that card was in this deck. All right, give us the tea on the devil. Girl fight? That's the competition. What else? Sex workers can be a thing, you know, competing. One of them being taken out. Dirt digging, snooping for secrets, trying to expose you, tables might turn. Yeah. I just get a lot of surveilling, like people digging into other people's shit. Like watching, lurking, in secrecy. Possibly even a lot of stolen shit. And granted, like, I'm talking about abnormal amounts of stolen property. I'm sure there is a baseline across, like, United States resorts and, like, you know, their capacity size and reports run on what a normal level of reported crime would be. And I get that this is an abnormal amount of reported weirdness going on. Talking shit. Gossip behind your back, spreading lies, smiling in your face. Yeah, that's competition too. Dirt digging. What else? We want the tea on this devil. Cock blocking and groupie. I don't get that a whole lot of... Okay, this is not to say anything bad about all the employees of Great Wolf Lodge, okay? But I do get, like, an exorbitant amount of laziness. Laziness of staff. Laziness of possibly, you know, maybe there's like an exorbitant amount of people being like, yeah, my room wasn't fucking ready, or it wasn't clean, or I found this in my room, or, you know, stuff was just like out of place. But I get because of like the location, because there's not, maybe like it is in a desolate, possibly even like one of these places is just like in a desolate location that the competition surrounding is not very great. And so people just have to deal with it. You know what I mean? Whatever it may be, whether that is just like what's going on, the surveillance or stuff like that. It's like they kind of like run the show because there's not a whole lot of competition around. So it's like, why do they need to up their game? You know, why do they need to change how they go about business strategies, or like, you know, how they conduct their business? Hopefully it wouldn't be like a protected lodge because it's on like a reservation. That would be some shit if it was actually protected and then all this shit was going on. What else? What else goes on in these great wolf lodges? Give us the tea. Love affairs, I'm sure. Sex fixes, secret lovers, passion over loyalty. Again, with the girl fight. Cock blocking, competition. Yeah, maybe there's just like a lot of sex workers around. Bad reputation. It does. I mean, these places don't get like a good reputation for what it offers. At least the stories that I heard. Now, granted, I did go down a path of like wanting to hear the weirdness, but you would think out of like one out of like every 20 videos that somebody would be like, oh my god, we had like the best fucking time, you know, and like showed the resort. But I didn't run into a story like that at all. And I researched it for like an hour, or at least like what I was, you know, on TikTok. Natural disasters. Ooh, maybe that's what took out. Or maybe just like weird natural disasters seem to happen at this place quite often. What else? Missing people. Assassination. Wooded area. Female. Bad reputation. Jealous vibes. Arguments. Physical fights. Missing grandparent? Anybody have a story about a missing grandparent there? Or possibly a grandparent that passed away while at the lodge? I am so interested in hearing what you guys have to say about this. Love. Missing grandparent love. Maybe this person that went missing was just had a grandparent that they were really close to, and they went before their grandparent did. Could be. Mind control. I do get like weird things are, you know, like what people are dreaming about. And if intelligence is somewhere in and around this mix, maybe they run their stupid little mind control tactics on people in this place and they're under surveillance. Like because they can see how people are reacting. Or just the devil itself has a way of controlling people when they're there. I mean, like, a lot of people have said that they just felt weird. Like, they felt, yeah, just like they were being watched is what I got a lot. Anything else? Accident? Well, I'm sure accidents happen there all the time, but maybe it was a really bad accident. Like, yeah, car accident. Or a grandparent. Either a grandparent or a female, like, either coming or going to the lodge, like very close. Bad accident. Accomplice, partner in crime. People worked together. It was a collaborative effort. This girl fight, this competition, it was a collaborative effort. I almost get like set up. Debt. Poverty. A couple? A serial killer couple? Possibly? Or one half of the couple went missing? Are there any stories like that at Great Wolf Lodge? It was a natural disaster. If anybody has knowledge of possibly like what happened in order for Great Wolf Lodge to be built where it is in the Southwest. Did a natural disaster happen and wiped out whatever was there before, and then, you know, developers came in and built this to reestablish some sort of like, you know, income source for the community, maybe? I don't know. That would make sense to me if it was built on like sacred ground and a natural disaster happened to where like the government could step in and be like, whatever, call it eminent domain, or like they owned it prior to and then sold it off to somebody else. That could totally be it too. I don't know. Life insurance. The overarching feeling I'm getting here is that two storylines in particular, and they don't have to be tied to one another. I do get a storyline about like girl fight type situation where one woman went missing. It was an assassination. And then the other storyline I get is in regards to this grandparent, possibly somebody passing there. Maybe that could be like an entity that is still in there, you know? Is trapped, doesn't know like how to free itself, and so therefore, I don't know, goes around like just fucking with people, provoking them in some sort of way. I don't know. Life insurance, though, can be a thing. Cleanup. Tunnel? Are there underground areas in this resort? Or tunnels underneath some of the lodges? Wouldn't surprise me. Okay. That's where I'm going to end things today. This was fun for me. Please leave your real world 3D experiences of Great Wolf Lodge, and if any of this resonates, or if you have any sort of synchronicities to what I have mentioned here. I'm so curious to know. But anyway, I love you guys. Come back. I'll do another profiling one. If you have any suggestions on what sort of like storyline I should profile next, comment below because I'm so curious. I'm totally into doing these. So take care and I'll see you guys again soon.